We now get a chance to award the bishops' crosses. We generally do this at convention, but not always. And earlier this fall, we awarded the Bishop's Cross to Theodora Brooks. And so, so this is not a surprise for Theodora. Invite Theodora to come forward and Canon Victor Conrado to come read the citation.
Theodora M. Brooks. We are made of one body and one spirit together. The body of Christ is knit together through the gifts of our leaders and the relationship we form. Theodora Brooks has worked across the Bronx, the Diocese of New York, the Episcopal Church, and the Anglican Communion as a priest, a pastor, and a leader. Theodora grew in Yepeka in Liberia and attended Cathington College before coming to Virginia Theological Seminary. She is also a graduate of the General Theological Seminary. For more than 3 decades, she has served as a priest for St. Margaret's in the South Bronx and a leader and a connector in the Longwood neighborhood. Theodora has played an important role in every important ministry that's happened in the diocese over her time in New York. She was an inaugural member of the Episcopal Charities Advisory Board and has been active in the Global Women's Fund. She has also participated as a leader in the Episcopal Church, including long service in the House of Deputies. At the heart of the life of the body of Christ, she was chair of the Commission of Ministry with 3 bishops of New York for 20 years and helped shepherd more than 100 deacons and priests to ordination. These clergy now serve communities all over the world. Therefore, in recognition of her, we, on the 16th day of October 2025, in the 2nd year of our consecration, do award her Bishop's Cross.
A few years ago, I sat in Bishop Grind's office, and he welcomed me to this diocese. And I think he said something about 600 priests. And I remember saying, wow, now I'm one of them. It continues to be my joy, and I am so grateful to be a part of the Episcopal Diocese of New York. To the amazing St. Margaret's Episcopal Church, located in the Longwood community of the South Bronx, thank you. I love you deep. To my Bronx congregations, to the entire diocese, to the leaders and the bishops who have given me so many opportunities to serve, I wouldn't be where I am without your trust and support. And so to my siblings here in this diocese, we've been called to do incredible things, interesting things, hard things, but yet hope-filling things at such a time as this. And just as God was always with the prophets and the priests and the lay people who are named and unnamed, God will continue to walk beside us I love you deep. Thank you.
We are a sanctuary diocese. And so the next two bishops' crosses relate to our commitment to immigrants and refugees and asylum seekers here in the Diocese of New York. Now, as we start this, let me say, there's no conversation about us being a sanctuary diocese and our welcome of our migrant neighbors. It doesn't begin with Richard Witt. Richard received the Bishop's Cross in 2012, well deserved. But we can't talk about our work as a diocese without saying thank you to Richard Witt for his leadership and his prophetic witness. And I'll invite Hank Toole to come up and present the next Bishop's Cross.
Mary Rothwell Davis. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "Where, after all, do universal human rights begin? In small places, close to home. Unless these rights have meaning there, they have little meaning anywhere." Wherever she lived, Mary Rothwell Davis dedicated her life to championing human rights for society's most vulnerable. She grew up in Lawrence, Kansas, and Burlington, Vermont, and attended the University of Vermont and the University of Kansas Law School. Later, she pursued a Master's of Fine Art at Columbia University. While in law school, Mary provided legal service to people incarcerated in Leavenworth Prison. When she moved to New York, she joined the Legal Aid Society. She clerked for the New York State Chief Judge, Judith Kyle. Her legal work focused on the representation of victims of domestic violence, and she edited the Lawyer's Manual on Domestic Violence. Later, Mary successfully represented 2 refugees who are now settled in the United States. For 11 years, she served as chair of the IOLA Fund of New York, which funded civil legal service groups. She also volunteered as counsel for the Immigration Justice Campaign. Over the last year, Mary launched a new role of Vice Chancellor of Immigration and Refugees for the Diocese of New York. She has helped congregations serve as sanctuary for their neighbors by providing legal support during a frightening time. She led efforts for the diocese to join legal cases to protect sacred sites from ICE incursion and to bring Mohammed Khalil home to New York. Mary is also a devoted spouse of Evan and mother of Sarah, Charlotte, and Phoebe. Therefore, in recognition of her commitment in leadership, we on the 15th day of November 25th, in the 3rd year of our consecration, do award her the Bishop's Cross.
Well, here's the thing about convention running just a little bit long. Mary was here earlier, and maybe is on the phone. Okay. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Bishop.
Say hello to the convention of the Diocese of New York.
Hello, convention.
So say hello to Mary. Oh, so Mary, Anne-Marie did not yet tell Mary why we called her on the phone. So Mary, today we have awarded you the Bishop's Cross for your work with immigration and refugees in the Diocese of New York. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It's a privilege to do this work. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. God bless. When Ephesians said one body and one spirit, I don't think they quite meant this. But here we are. Oh, Mary's spouse, Evan Davis, is here. Help us welcome Evan Davis. Let me actually, Evan, I'm going to hand this to you. Chloe Breyer. I have really tried to maintain the focus on grassroots and immigrant faith communities and getting them to work together for the good of the whole city. Chloe Breyer has done just that. She galvanized our interfaith community to create a more just, open, equitable, and welcoming New York. Chloe grew up in Massachusetts and lived briefly in Washington, D.C., before moving to New York City, where she's lived for the last 28 years with her husband and 2 children. She graduated from Harvard University magna cum laude in religion and government, then the General Theological Seminary before receiving her doctorate in ethics from the Union Theological Seminary. Since 2007, she has served as executive director of the Interfaith Center of New York. Under her leadership, ICNY evolved from a founder-led startup to a thriving program-based organization that has become a core part of the fabric of our colorful city. This powerful coalition works to call out and reduce bias and hate crimes and promote criminal justice and immigration reform. Chloe's leadership is respected across New York. Chloe has helped and hassled numerous New York City mayors. Chloe served as a community advisor for ending racial profiling and stop and frisk practices by the New York Police Department. Chloe's been a leader in closing Rikers Island and opening borough-based jails, and most recently, she has become a central player, spurring New York City's response to help asylum seekers and immigrants. Chloe has served congregations across Harlem since her ordination, first as a priest at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine and chaplain of the Cathedral School, then St. Mary's Manhattanville, on to St. Philip's, before her recent move to St. Edward the Martyr in East Harlem. Chloe is a leading voice in her field, widely published with essays and op-eds, and following her time at General Seminary, she wrote The Close, a young woman's first year at seminary, about that period leading up to her becoming an ordained priest. Therefore, in recognition of her prophetic leadership, we, on the 15th day of November 2025, in the 3rd year of our consecration, do award her the Bishop's Cross.
Thank you, Bishop Hyde, and thanks everyone. Here, I just have to say that I remember diocesan conventions from 20 years ago, and let's just say they were different. So thank you. And what a privilege it is to be part of the Diocese of New York at a time when everyone in our city needs us, and we need one another. And everything that we tell ourselves about what it means to be part of this diocese, of this church in this moment of time, is so true of the whole city, that now we really do need each other. So it's an honor to be part of this place. So thank you. And thank you, Bishop.